I honestly need to take back everything negative I have ever said about the Indiana Fever team, because they're just very clearly like talented players that don't fit together. The Washington Mystics genuinely just suck. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. But today, obviously, Angel Reese did okay. Kennedy Carter was, without question, the best player on the floor for the Chicago Sky today. And they ended up getting a win in what might have been the worst game of basketball I've ever seen. Before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to get to 6,500 subscribers as soon as possible. If we can do that in the next day or two, that would be absolutely insane. And obviously, if you guys are interested in NBA Finals content, you will see it absolutely everywhere. I might do some videos on it, but nobody watches them. Either way, now let's get on to it. So, while the Boston Celtics are currently murdering the Dallas Mavericks, Porzingis is looking like all-star Porzingis. I, instead of watching the first quarter of that game, was watching maybe the worst game of basketball I've ever seen. So, Angel Reese starts off the game like 0 of 6, 0 of 7 from the field, all from 2 feet and in. She missed 4 shots on 1 possession. Got 3 offensive boards, in fairness. But on the offensive end, Angel Reese is not good at all right now. Incredible on defense, by the way. Like, I cannot stress enough how good Angel Reese is on defense. 5 steals. When she, as far as like her ability to play screens, her ability to hedge up when the ball's there to be won, there's nobody in the league who's just has a better just knack for getting the ball. Who is just, she just gets the ball. In any situation, she just gets it. So there's nothing, like, there's no player in the league that is better at that than Angel Reese. One thing is, though, that Aliyah Edwards did kind of expose is that she's not very good at tracking cutters. So starting off the game, Aliyah Edwards had 8 points like that. I think it was 8 points the first 3 minutes. All from cuts. Twice Angel Reese didn't track her back at all. And twice she face cut Angel Reese and just got wide open. Even in the second half, she face cut Angel Reese a couple of times and got wide open. Aliyah Edwards was exceptional today. She did get 3 blocks. I will say, she got away with a few fouls. Like, there were some players that should have went to the line a few more times than they did. Aliyah Edwards did get away with a couple of fouls in that game, but she was the best player on the floor for either team today. It's just unfortunate that in the third quarter, her team stopped passing her the ball, and they stopped passing the ball to their own team. They were passing it to the other team. So, first half, Washington looked okay. Edwards was great. Van Loo looked okay in the first half. And again, this is Van Loo, who they said was better than Caitlin Clark, who ESPN said was better than Caitlin Clark. Ridiculous. But she didn't start off too badly. In fairness to the Mystics hit a lot of shots in the first half. But like the Sky left the Mystics wide open. They left all their shooters wide open to shoot. They made no attempt to guard their shooters. And the first half they were hitting them. And then when it came to the Sky weren't really hitting anything. Kennedy Carter was okay in the first half. Angel Reese towards the end of the first half, she actually made some good reads off Camila Cardoso. Cardoso hit her a couple of times in like high-low action because a lot of the time they're doubling Cardoso. I don't know why Cardoso didn't play more. I know she was a minus when she was on the floor, but still, I try to just blood her in these games because the more she plays, the better she's going to get, the better she's going to work with the team. And I felt like her drawing double teams will get Angel Reese free, because when Angel Reese actually has a bit of momentum and she's on the run, finishing off a right-left or a left-right most of the time because she's left-handed, she actually doesn't finish too bad. When Angel Reese is finishing, trying to finish off 2 feet, she will miss open layups 75% of the time. And I'm not joking, she will miss open layups. There was a layup where it was kind of like semi-contested, she just chucked it off the backboard. It's bad. It is, her inability to finish is like bad. Regardless of people's talking about Caitlin Clark's 1 of 10 game, like, Angel Reese starting off a game, she started off the game was 2 of 10. And I think she shot 5 of 16 from the field. Good enough from the free throw line. But all of her free throws came from her own offensive boards. And she has, like, her reflexes are good. Her feel for the game is good. She just can't score layups. That is a huge, huge issue. Is like, I've never seen any, like, everything else Angel Reese does is good. She's a pretty good passer for a big. She's elite on the defensive end. She's an she's not a great defensive rebounder. She's not terrible defensive rebounder either. She's the best offensive rebounder in the league. But I've never seen anything like it. She has... Even like, it's like even technique-wise, she can't make a layup. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But that was also the worst quarter of basketball I've ever seen from a team in professional, amateur, under 11s basketball. The Washington Mystics in the third quarter legitimately looked like they forgot how to play the sport of basketball. They would dribble down the floor. They were up by 13 points, and then it was like a 16-0 run or something for Chicago. And this is how it went out. Washington would either walk down the floor, pass the ball a couple of times, get a wide open corner three, brick. Wide open mid-range, brick. Just wide open shots for a couple of possessions. And then, because they were bricking every single mid-range shot, or every single three-point shot, they started trying to force it inside, and it was just 10 turnover. I've never seen anything like it. Like, it was laughably bad. Like, it was absolutely... It was just laughably bad in that third quarter. The fourth quarter, both teams sucked. Both teams really sucked in the fourth quarter. The Chicago Sky just made some big plays down the stretch. Like, Kennedy Carter stepped up big time. Angel Reese actually got a big and one. And then at one stage, the Mystics brought it back to 2 points. They turned it over. They had a chance to tie it. They turned it over. Whatever happened, and Kennedy Carter scored. And whoever was inbounding for the Mystics just passed the ball. Just like, it wasn't even like towards a Chicago Sky player or towards a Mystics player, and a Sky player just stole it. I'm pretty sure they just threw the ball to a Chicago Sky player, and then they went up 6. Like, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Like, it's looking as it was just a terrible game of basketball. And the one thing is that this is the first time Chicago Sky played a really bad team other than the Fever. And when they played the Fever, I'll stand by this. When they played the Fever, they made the Fever look like the better team. And today, the Sky did not look like the better team. It genuinely seems like the Sky either play up to the level of teams that are better than them, or down to the level of teams that are worse than them. Like, when we've seen the Sky play really well, the games they played really well are against the really good teams. And we've seen them play really badly against some of the bad teams. So that just is... That is the case at the end of the day. It's a tough one for a team, but like, with the way that they play, it is very clear that it's that they're one of those type of teams that if they do make top 8 in the playoffs, they're actually going to be a tough out for anybody. But at the same time, while you can be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs, I could see them having a not great record because they're not the best basketball team. They just have this ability to drag the good teams down to their level, get them out of their game. And then when they play a bad team like the Washington Mystics, it's like they don't know what to do because they're the better team. And all I'm going to say is like, they should be so glad that Kennedy Carter's in the league right now. Because if that Chicago Sky team did not have Kennedy Carter, they would really be struggling. Because when stuff isn't... Like, when they're... No matter what happens, Chicago Sky play good defense. And there is no player better on that team than a turn defense and offense than Kennedy Carter. But as far as just players are concerned, the best player on the floor today was Aliyah Edwards. She might be the best. She might be one of the better rookies in the league. I'm not going to say best. But when it's all said and done, she could be. Like, she's gone back-to-back 20-point games. Today was like 20 and 13 or 20 and 14. Or like 20 plus and 13 or 14. So, she's had an exceptional, not a great start to the rookie year, but exceptional last 2 games. And you could argue the last 2 games she's played have been the 2 best games by a rookie. I know her team lost a game, but like, look, I'm not blaming Aliyah Edwards on the Washington Mystics losing. They suck. They really suck. Like, Aliyah Edwards, I don't think missed a shot till the 4th quarter. Her team sucks. And they're playing the Fever tomorrow, man. If the Fever lose this game, unless Caitlin Clark is out injured for the game. If Caitlin Clark is out injured, the Fever are the worst team in the league. Because I don't know what the story is with the ear thing. I assume she's grand, but I've heard I've seen comments that she's a game time decision. I doubt it though. But if whoever loses to this Mystics team is the worst team in the league. They are garbage. They're absolutely garbage. They're not well coached. They make mistakes. Like, they're reliant on a 3-point shot that they're not particularly great at shooting. And as good as Aliyah Edwards is, a team that does not feed the hot hand is normally a bad team, and they're terrible at doing that. So anyway, that is the video. I'm going to go to sleep because the Celtics are down 30. I'm not staying up till 3 a.m. to watch this game. I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, Celtics are up 30, not down 30. I'm that tired.